Hello everyone, this is ANDERFELL. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, my beautiful children who are listening. This is a continuation of Anders' story idea involving a Attack on Titan and Storyteller crossover. Now I believe where we last left off, poor Armin was stuck in a suit of power armor. You can almost hear him crying out, saying, "Guys, this isn't funny." Yes. Now, coming on from there, what's very simple, if we remember last time, Al, along with Crimson Burke, we all agreed that eventually the Storyteller would come and hear, because he heard about the Titans, the Wasteland, and being ever the one wanting to record everything in the Wasteland, he would go to try and meet these so-called Titans, believing them just to be, super mutant behemoths that are actually not that hostile. Well, you could not be further from the truth, for instead of a couple of 8 to 9 foot tall super mutants, we got like 15-foot tall Titans. And of course, they would continue the development of Sanctuary before and after the Vault 111 opens and the Soul Survivor and their survivors come out. They would of course then build up Sanctuary to become a military force, and with help from the Minutemen and those that want to see the Commonwealth prosper, we may see a restart of a great republic once again, filled by both New World tradition and Old World values. Yes, I'm talking about the resurgence of the United States of America, filled with patriots and protected by those that are willing to do what is necessary. So, Raiders, goodbye. Gunners, you best start respecting the rule of law. And the Institute? Well, let's just say your kidnapping days are done. Because with the rise of America, well, all will fall under the rule of law again. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we go on to one of the expansions, Far Harbor, where either the Soul Survivor or even Aaron, let's make it Aaron because it'd be interesting, Dima trying to say, how do you know you're not a synth? Because literally I can do this, turns into a Titan. Oh, yes, you definitely cannot be a synth then. Just imagine that. Dima trying to convince Aaron he's probably a synth, only for Aaron to turn into a Titan and just be like, he's like, oh yes, you cannot be a synth then. And Aaron, in all honesty though, it'd be a challenge for if Aaron was the one to do this, because he believes in freedom for everyone, but Dima is set up to where basically it's a forced truce. Make you wonder what exactly Aaron would take away from all that, wouldn't it? Mikasa, honestly, she just want everyone to get along. Armin, you'd probably agree with Demons for the best of no one knew. Actually, most everyone except for Aaron would probably agree with that. Now, the other DLCs, you have, Automaton, Aaron no, everyone would actually agree that while out of line, this crew was just trying to protect everyone. So I can see them saying, well, you can keep being the mechanist, but, you need to reprogram your bots. Then you have Nuka World. Oh, Nuka World. Oh god, though. They're used to criminals, but Levi's a different breed of person. I think he would actually keep all of them in line with fear, because literally he would look at the strongest, one of the strongest members of the pack, and just be like, you don't even see him move, and all of a sudden he's just cleaning a knife, and you just see the pack member grab his throat and just fall down gurgling, trying to keep his blood flow in. And I was like, we didn't even see him move. Porter Gage is like, okay, even if he betrays us, I am not getting on his bad side. they're just like, okay, we'll do whatever you say. Except for the disciples. The pack and the operators, I can see him keeping in line. But the disciples, no. If anything, I actually think Levi might organize the other two to go against him. Makes the most sense. And especially when he hears the holotape that they keep, and he hears exactly what one of the disciples did. Talk about flashbacks to Marigold and Farland. Well, obviously, Aaron and the Survey Corps would join in. Because even though it's just a clone, numbers are always better. Plus, you have some hardened military personnel in the forms of the scouts and to an extent, the garrison. Not to mention the fact that Sasha is literally one of the best marksmen that they have. So, put her with a rifle and a scope and a clear line of sight. Pack your bags, storyteller. The clone's dead. Well, for one, because of literally the fact they're no longer their universe, technically everything that would lead to Aaron becoming, cuckoo la caca crazy, I'm gonna kill everyone in the world, not happen. Instead, he would continually have a focus, freedom for all. Not just his own people, but freedom for everyone in the wasteland. Freedom from raiders, freedom from the wildlife that's hostile to people, freedom from supermutants. Now, obviously, there's nothing he can do about the weather. The random rad storms they'll get, all that stuff. But he would find new purpose in bringing freedom to all those who are oppressed by supermutants, the wildlife, or even just raiders. Imagine Aaron's Titanfall fighting a Mirror Queen. As for Mikasa, in all honesty, she really wouldn't change all that much. I mean, unlike back when there were literally they're stuck behind walls with giant man-eating titans. They honestly don't have to worry about that here. Mikasa, Armin, literally everyone, they would go all wherever they want. Granted, yeah, they have to take guns and all that because raiders and wildlife, but still, she gets to stay by Aaron. Aaron gets what he has always wanted the most. Freedom. The ability to go wherever he wants. Is he still behind walls? Yeah. But he's not stuck. He's not having to stay there, despite seeing the wild world and want to go out there. Now granted, he's not going to be able to go to the seas of desert, the seas of sand, the seas of water, even seeing the oceans of fire as they know it. But, he still gets to see more than he would back in his old world. Let's see, we'll say Sasha. Sasha, oh, she would love it. Especially all the meat. I don't know how she would react to death. Death called meat, that is. Like raw meat. Honestly, a lot of the meat in that world is kind of like, I don't know, is this guy actually going to make me full, or is it going to take me into something crazy? Because two-headed cattle, giant 7-foot lizard with foot-long razor-sharp claws ready to tear a person to shreds. Then you got blowflies, rabid dogs, red stags. So, yeah. Now, as for Hange, Hanji's. It's all really how you pronounce her name. But she simultaneously have a field day, and Morbid would have headaches. because she would be literally orgasming over all the advanced tech she has seen. Laser weapons, machine guns, rifles, stuff like that. You gotta remember, up until season 4 of the anime, all they ever had was muskets. Not exactly a bolt-action rifle, so technically, since this is in between seasons 1 and 2, to see a bolt-action rifle and a revolver would blow her mind. Especially seeing a pipe pistol. That really would blow her mind.
What in the hell is this abomination to John Moses Browning's holy name?
Next would be Erwin, the commander. Commander Eyebrows. Papa Eyebrows, as some call him. Well, he would, along with a couple of others, be one of the council to basically govern what is going on. He would still be in charge of the Survey Corps. It's just that instead of going out to lead them, he would be stuck behind a desk doing paperwork. The bane of all leaders. But on occasion, he would go out, see the world, meet with others. Because you gotta remember, the Abernathy farm is actually not that far away from Sanctuary, so technically the Abernathy farm would actually be a very close ally. Especially since they would be granting them protection, so when the raiders come and knock and trying to collect protection, well, let's just say Ock's minigun ain't gonna do shit against one of the Titans. Now, Connie, our little screwball, little Baldy, the person who little crazy person who put his fist on the wrong side and nearly got his head broken by Shadis. Connie, well, would still be the same. He'd still be close with Sasha and, Eren, Armin, and Mikasa and all that. In fact, he actually might have the most character growth, going from a somewhat comic relief to a serious, but still does occasionally goofy stuff. But it's more along the lines of to keep the atmosphere light, levial, ease. Then we have our favorite captain of the garrison. Our favorite Drunkle Horns, honest. And for those who don't know what Drunkle means, it means drunk. Kind of like Crow for Ruben. I mean, hell, he was technically a father figure to literally all three of the Shiganshina trio. Honest, well, he would actually be a liaison to any other settlement that comes to visit, like heads of, like the leaders of said settlement. So, like if, and this is a spoiler for anyone who has not played Fallout 4 all the way through and discovered this, but like say pre-synth Mayor McDonough coming to visit Sanctuary. He would introduce himself, they'd have a good old time, he'd show him, he'd give him a little drinky drink, introduce him to the bar, which only makes it more weird when Synth McDonough comes in and doesn't even recognize Hannes. Oh, for shame, Institute, you didn't do your homework, for shame. Now everyone's favorite, literally drunk alcoholic garrison commander, Pixis. Pixis. One of the funniest and most cunning Attack on Titan characters. Don't believe me? He literally made think shit out of guests for years just to keep his ego nice and calm. Pixis, well, like Erwin, would be part of the council to determine, what troops are sent where, and would still be in charge of the garrison at home. Upon which, with the walls, they actually did bring their cannons, so technically, any Raider super mutant, well, they gonna get a 40-pounder to the face. Is everyone's favorite soft-hearted goddess, Historia. Well, Astoria, well, she would be on the council, technically, because she'd be the queen of the people, or leader of the people. She'd be over the military matters and would only agree if asked, but she'd still have some control over it. She would also be the one to basically make all the laws for the new republic that they start before eventually becoming the new United States. Ymir, our favorite person, who is literally treated like a goddess because they thought she was Ymir. Well, she would be Historia's bodyguard, and the one Historia sends out to deal with problems, such as, oh, you see that supermoon behemoth over there, Ymir? Yeah, go kill it. Okay. Tastes like chicken. Am I saying Ymir would actually eat a super mutant? Well, technically, because of the fact that they are Titans, which means radiation really wouldn't affect them. Like seriously, they would heal so damn fast that they could literally be next to it. Go into the glowing sea. They could be in the crater in the glowing sea, and they would not hurt them. That's how fast they would heal. And next we have our favorite coconut-headed blonde, Armin. Armin, unfortunately, is still stuck in the pursuit of power armor. You can still hear him crying, "Guys, this isn't funny, let me out!" Will he ever be let out of that suit of power armor? No one knows. Who knows if poor Armin will be let out of that power armor? Will he? Yes, he will. Spoilers, he will. He's one of the main strategists. They're gonna let him out. We kinda have to. As for what he would do, well, him, Eren, Mikasa, and some of the 104th, they would go see the one thing that they've always wanted to see. The sea. They'd even make a day out of it. They'd go to the beach, they'd have fun. Unfortunately, they had to kill a whole bunch of raiders, but, you know, it is what it is. You know, raiders gonna raid, you know, fortunately you gotta kill them, you know, because if you don't kill them, they... Well, not necessarily. Remember, Armin and all of them aren't going to be in charge. That is going to be the sole survivor. So, rather than the sole survivor, aka the general, having to go do it, guess what? He can delegate. He like, hey guys, I hate to bother you. Can you know, go take care of this right here for the Minutemen? As for the railroad, that's where Eren's need for freedom would come into play. So technically, Sanctuary would be a sanctuary for synths escaping the Institute. The Institute, well, let's just say they tried to kidnap Eren, and that didn't end well. For two reasons. One, Mikasa rounded up everyone and they came and forced to get him back. And two, Eren transformed into a Titan and killed literally almost every single Institute member there. Including one scientist who is now heavily scarred, and anytime someone brings up trying to go to Sanctuary, she literally slaps the shit out of them saying, "You do it, I will have no part of that." For Good Neighbor, on the other hand, Eren respects it because, you know, of, you know, Hancock's model of the people, by the people, for the people. So he can understand it, and he likes the fact that they have all their freedom, but he does not like the fact that it's basically a bunch of criminals that also run roughshod over people. For the Brotherhood of Steel, I don't want to say that they'll be friendly. It's going to be more like a hostile neutral. the logs would kind of play a bit of it in, because remember, Aaron is all about freedom. So as soon as it would get to like the log about synths and all that, how the Brotherhood feel about them, Aaron would be like, these guys are going about it all wrong. It is not the synth's fault that they have to do this. For Gens 1, well, like I said, like I've already said, Aaron would hate the route the Brotherhood has gone down. Because they've gone from, oh, we'll protect the people, to we must destroy any technology that is too advanced for any person to know what really is going on, because scientists are playing God. No, they're not playing God, in my opinion. They're just trying to, in a very weird roundabout way, trying to fix what has been destroyed, but they're going about it the wrong way. But, you know, this is what happens when science has no morality. Has no moral compass to say, hey, yeah, this is a good idea, but I don't think we should kidnap people. Maybe we should just make some random synth, random body type, random gender, random race, random everything, and just send up to the surface, see what happens. Let's not kidnap people. That only leads to mistrust. That would actually be pretty hard. I don't know, my loadout for all the characters would actually be pretty hard. Like I said, for the top 5 of my favorite characters, it'd be kind of hard considering, well, a lot of they were trained basically to be up close and personal. But with the type of guns they're encountering, they would have to go from up close and personal to short to mid-range. For Mikasa, I see her having dual 45s, barring that. Maybe a 10mm auto pistol for short range encounters. And since, in all honesty, in this story, I'd be replacing a lot of the weapons with more weapons we know of. Instead of the combat rifle, I would actually have her an AR-10 model semi-auto rifle for long to mid-range engagements. For Aaron, barring his Titan form, I actually see him getting up close to and personal. So probably dual 45s and either an AA-12 or a SPAS-12. Armin, I see him being more of a support, so I see him having an M249 support weapon, along with one 9mm pistol as backup. For Levi, once again, he's best up close range, so if he can handle it, I'd say dual AA-12s with 2 9mm for backup. And yeah. And for Sasha, I definitely see her having a heavy anti-material rifle with a 9mm for backup. If I could redo it for the, if I could redo the story where it's not set in Fallout 4, but like in Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas, well, for one, in the DC Wastelands, the 3D MG gear would actually be a whole lot more helpful once they get into the city. In fact, in all honesty, I actually really wouldn't be surprised if they could actually make their home in the city itself because of the 3D MG gear. But depending on where it is, they would, for Fallout 3 saying, they would either appear 10 to 20 years before canon starts, so 2277.
That's when canon starts. Not when the Lone Wanderer is born in 2254. 2277 is when canon starts. So for there, like I said, they appeared 10 to 20 years before canon starts. So either in 2267 or 2257. More than likely, I'd say 10 years, so 2267, or even 5 years before canon starts in 2272. So they would actually be pretty helpful against the Enclave. Enclave would be like, the hell kind of mutation is that? President Alden, we've encountered a mutation we've never seen before. Oh, what type of mutation is it? Someone that can transform into a 15 feet tall titan, sir. Does not compute. They essentially would go along, literally putting their foot up the Enclave's asses. Whereas for New Vegas, I'd see them appearing around 2277 if they appeared there. So that they, just after the first Battle of Hoover Dam, so they actually have a chance to, build up. Now, where exactly they would appear, I am not sure. I'm not 100% sure where they would appear at, but I can tell you this, they would appear on the Vegas side of the Colorado. Just trust me, they are not gonna have to deal with Caesar and his crazy bands of loonies. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, this is ANDERFELL signing off, and I cannot wait to talk to you all lovely people next time. Goodbye.